Speaking of teams that, without a few players, they aren't really a good team. The Edmonton Oilers, Kevin, it's unbelievable. I mean, for many years, I've been waiting to be able to say that McDavid and Draisaitl and these guys have help on their team. But do they really? Can we really say that they have help? Because when it comes down to it, when there's a game where these guys don't go crazy, they do not have success. They do not play well. And now they're playing a New York team that's had a successful road trip so far. Obviously, Edmonton is kind of a couple games into their road trip. Edmonton not happy after their last performance. But New York, all of a sudden, is a much deeper team after adding Tarasenko. Whereas Edmonton, I still shake my head and wonder, can they do anything besides their top players performing? And that is kind of the big question mark for me. They're in bounce back mode, Kevin. Can they bounce back, or are you side with the road team?
Well, you make a valid point, Andrew. I'd agree with that too, with the two stars in effect. But, look, in terms of this game, the books have a real conundrum on their hands because, can you make this total high enough? We're already seeing sevens out there. Both teams have been so red hot offensively of late. The Rangers scored 6 times in each of the last 3 starts. They're averaging 5.4 goals per game across their last 5 starts. And we all know about Edmonton. They face an Oilers team in this one who own the best offense in the entire league this season, averaging 3.73 goals per game, number 1 in power play goals accumulated, top 3 in both shot conversion percentage, top 3 in offensive XG this season as well. And, Edmonton are also 34, 16, and 4 to the over in their last 54 home games as well. So, Carmine might be the man for this. You would need some absolutely giant-sized cannolis to walk to the window here and back and under, even at 7, because these teams are just banging in the goals right now. So, if this one, I'm kind of torn on this, because if it does descend into a shootout later tonight, which, I'm pretty sure everyone believes that it will, despite all of the Rangers' newfound success, again, this is probably an overthinking strategy here, but, just blindly, if you're telling me there's likely going to be a ton of goals on Edmonton's home ice, 7 or 8 times out of 10, I'm going to tell you that they're going to win the game because of their offense. So, it is a tough one. Probably not a game I'm going to be involved in, but if I was playing this, I would probably be on the home team in this one to bounce back with a win. I'm probably, lean towards Edmonton over the Rangers tonight.
Well, I think it's easy to say that they're definitely the more desperate team right now, or motivated team, and maybe it isn't the best spot by any means for the New York Rangers. I mean, Carm, the Rangers got to be feeling pretty good about themselves, man. Just 2 losses their last 10 games. They've barely lost in the last 25 days, let alone their last 10 games. They're playing really, really strong hockey. Like I mentioned, though, I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's good information, Carm. When the Oilers win games, they cover their team total. And you know what happened the last time they played? They hit their team total and they still lost the game. I will still stick to my guns and say the Edmonton Oilers are a team total over or pass team for me, because it doesn't make any sense to play them any other way. Because even when they win, they cover their team total. And sometimes you're lucky enough that even when they lose, their team total hits, just like their last game. So what are your thoughts, Carm? Are you with me on that?
Yeah, I am. A lot's also dependent on what we do with the goalies tonight. It's showing Shesterkin, but this is the first of a back-to-back where they play the Calgary Flames tomorrow. So we know Shesterkin's going to be in net for one, and Halak's going to be in goal for the other. I'd rather have Shesterkin in goal tonight because I'd want to take the plus money when they're playing the first of a back-to-back with the Rangers. The Oilers, I just don't get the Oilers. It is, I'm going to show the kid side of me. The Oilers remind me of, they went like 9-0-2. It reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons where Homer grabs the skateboard and he's going to skate over the Springfield Gorge, and he's halfway across the gorge. And he's like, I'm going to make it. They're 9-0-2. And then they lose to Montreal and Detroit, and he goes crashing down the side of the mountain, breaking pretty much every bone in his body. That is the Edmonton Oilers with their goaltending of Skinner and Jack Campbell. So I'm going to look for the reports to see who was in the Rangers starter circle this morning. at practice. I'll keep an eye on that and then try and grab the plus money on the Rangers. I'm not going to get in front of the Rangers either, even in Edmonton, because they have won their last 6 games. They're playing extremely well right now. Why get in front of a team on a good run? And they're 8-1-1 their last 10. You can go further back, and that winning continues. They and that Metro division, them, Carolina, and New Jersey, is just an absolute killer division. Those teams just continue to win, and the Rangers might give Carolina a go for that top spot if they keep winning at this pace. So I'm not touching the total. I'm not touching team totals unless I see Halak is named as the starter. Then I may take the Edmonton team total, Andrew. But right now I'm leaning Rangers plus 105 in this game, provided it's Shesterkin in goal.
Goaltenders are really important in general, but especially in this matchup. So great stuff there from both these guys, and definitely can agree with Carmine about waiting to hear the announcements and the confirmation from the goaltenders. But it definitely is kind of a tale of two tapes here. I mean, you got a hot team that's barely losing right now at plus 105, and an Edmonton team in a super desperate spot at home, though. It's hard to disagree with taking the Rangers, but I think I would look towards the home team. But like I said, if I was looking towards making a bet on them, I definitely would just take the team total, thinking that potentially, even if the game loses for Edmonton, they could still put up 4 goals. As we talked about, I mean, Kevin said it would take a lot to want to take the under in this game. The bookmakers are telling us we're going to see goals in this one. So I don't think team totals are really out of a possibility here.